The United States just declared that XRP will replace the dollar. This is confirmed, and it's happening as the largest hedge fund manager in the United States of America confirms that President Donald Trump is buying XRP in the millions for the federal USA Treasury reserves, and confirms that over $654.39 trillion can and will begin being facilitated onto the XRP ledger in the next 72 hours, demonstrating a massive scale and power of the XRP ledger revolutionary technology. Keep in mind that in the next 72 hours, the massive burn of XRP will also unfold as the real token presale will conclude, which is massive, and with every transaction that occurs, the XRP ledger will burn XRP. So not only is $650 trillion going to get injected into the XRP ledger, causing the potential of over $11,517 per XRP, and again, this may begin in the next 72 hours. In fact, it will begin in the next 72 hours, as that's when the real token presale will officially conclude, and officially it will go live. And we heard centralized exchanges are going to list it. This thing is going to be taken to a whole new level, the real token, which again I'll be linking down below in the description. But the price of XRP will also begin to skyrocket, potentially hitting $11,517. And it may seem unimaginable, but this is where we're currently at, with the massive burn that's supposed to take place and the massive purchase of XRP that's about to unfold, and to top this off, the $650 trillion that's about to go into the XRP ledger, $11,517 per XRP doesn't seem that crazy. And just think about this: if XRP is going to skyrocket to $11,000, real token, if it was to just capture the $600 trillion that it's facilitating onto the XRP ledger, that means $6.5 million per real token, which is currently priced at 2 cents. 2 cents, can you believe this? 2 cents per real token. And it's, imagining it, if it facilitates all the money that it should, it's going to skyrocket to $6 million. But forget about this. Let's say only 20%. 20% of real token. If 20% of these 650 trillion went into the real token, we're talking about $1 million. And if only 2% went into the real token, we're talking about $130,000 per real token. I mean, this is built on the XRP ledger, so imagine it's very bullish for XRP as well. But just think about the numbers here. Real token is skyrocketing even right now during its pre-sale, and it's ending in 72 hours, and so we're about to experience the largest breakout in the next 72 hours. So if you're watching this video, guys, this is extremely, extremely bullish, something that you guys have probably never experienced before, but this is where the money's made, getting in before the end of the pre-sale. And again, I'm not financial advisors, not financial advice, and always do your research, but this thing has received a 100% BANX score. It's an 8.7 overall score. Low risk for holders, meaning it's not crazy centralized. Very, very clear KYC team. In fact, there's a very bullish team that has met with Ripple, and they've announced it on multiple occasions and released information and facts, and they've done all that, which is extremely bullish. But RealFi, the actual institution backing the real token, built on the XRP ledger, is building an entire ecosystem, and most importantly, they are a payment and real estate solution. This means they're all-in-one, facilitating real estate payments, and obviously this is extremely, extremely bullish. You can learn more about them at payrealfi.com. The link will be down below in the description, and you can buy it by literally going to payrealfi.com, clicking on real token, and you'll get into their pre-sale link. So keep that in mind, as well as we're also giving away free XRP. So you can literally get free XRP as well by setting up an upload using my link in the description and doing a transaction. The whole process takes less than 5 minutes. Again, this is a partnership that we've done. You just must sign up on Uphold using my link in the description and do a transaction. Now, let's get into the video. There's a lot of content to cover, and already we're starting it hot. I mean, XRP USD is being delisted on exchanges, and all buy and sell orders have been reverted to November 10th of 2024. Why is this happening? Well, something big is unfolding. The new world system that is going to replace the US dollar. In fact, this is why it is happening. XRP to USD pair should not matter anymore. Why? Because XRP is replacing the US dollar, meaning you don't need a pair. XRP will be in and of itself the pair itself. And so they don't want XRP holders to be rich. And this is confirmed. Just take a look at this. It says, following the liquidation of short positions, the corresponding long positions were not deleveraged, resulting in a counterparty incurring presenting negative balances, refusing to settle XRP-USD trades, and requiring us to claw back previous settlements. But this is what they don't tell you right here. All currently open XRP-USD positions, as well as active limit and stop market orders, will be canceled. Any fees funding occurred, as well as margin reserved for these trades, will be fully refunded. Guys, they are basically taking back the XRP and giving you your money back as a refund. But we don't want that. We want XRP because XRP, like we said, is going to be priced at over $11,000 potentially beginning in the next 72 hours. So we maybe can see that massive pump in the next 72 hours. And this is why we say, do not, and this is a very, very important point, do not keep your XRP on exchanges. You want to take it off of exchanges. You want to put it into cold wallets. You want to lock your XRP up because these exchanges are coming after it. Specifically since the Federal Reserve is working to capture all of the XRP. In fact, there's been rumors of a resolution being passed that the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States of America, crazy enough, is trying to ban retail purchase of XRP following a partnership that they are unfolding with Ripple Labs. Now, this partnership is a cross-border partnership for the FedNow payment system that will allow Ripple Labs in coordination and partnership with the Federal Reserve to facilitate all of the payments made outside of the United States across borders. So country-to-country transaction, whether it be from USA to China, USA to Mexico, USA to Canada, or USA to any country in the European continent, all of this will be facilitated using the Ripple system, which is backed by and uses the XRP ledger directly. This is the money flowing. And again, we're talking about $11,000 per XRP with 650 trillion, which is only one market that is happening on the XRP ledger. Imagine when you talk about the United States debt, the United States cross-border payments, when we talk about central banks being developed by countries like the Republic of Palau, the Republic of Montenegro, and a bunch of others. This is all happening, and it's happening so quick, and the amount of money that's going to flow into XRP, well, it probably will trigger a supply shock substantially higher than the $11,570.34 per XRP price prediction that people are talking about. And again, they know, and this is a massive, massive point, these institutions know the real value of XRP, what it will be at the price point when all the money gets facilitated. It's been heard that even Arthur Brittu, the founder of XRP and the co-founder of Ripple Labs, had announced that XRP is designed for $10,000 and must be scalable to accommodate 7.5 billion people. Guys, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, all these guys know the real value of XRP. And it's not even to sell XRP because they're not probably looking to flip it, but rather they need it to use their system. If they want to facilitate payments for a cheaper price, meaning they're saving on their expenses, they need to use RippleNet. And RippleNet requires XRP. And if there's not enough XRP to go around, well, they have to buy XRP at a higher price. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to accumulate as much XRP as possible. Now, what we've heard is that they haven't yet started. The accumulation is about to begin again, potentially in the next week or so, the next 2 weeks. But what we do know is that JP Morgan has already begun the process of accepting payments in XRP. Why would a bank do this? Well, they would do this if they're trying to capture as much XRP as possible for the cheapest possible price. So first off, what they're trying to do is take it as payments so that they're getting XRP for the standard 1-to-1 rate, so the cheapest rate possible, rather than buying it from exchanges. And again, what we are going to see next, though, is actually a wide-scale purchase of XRP by these institutions like JP Morgan, like BlackRock. Take a look at this one right here as we show you guys right now. BlackRock and their CEO explaining why XRP will dominate the financial world. Literally, the BlackRock CEO explained the exact problem that Ripple is looking to solve using XRP, which is why is payments expensive? Why is it expensive when you're trying to facilitate currency to currency, when you're trying to send, you live in the United States of America and you're trying to send to your family in Europe. Why is there such an expensive cost? Why is the conversion rates so expensive in addition to a fee? Because again, these are common issues, not just for institutions, but also for the retail individuals. BlackRock CEO seen this problem and literally confirmed that it is an issue. It's a multi-trillion-dollar issue, and there are companies working to solve it. Guys, this is what is unfolding right in front of our eyes. All the money shifting onto the XRP ledger, and it's happening in every market, at every angle, and every second. This is a very critical time. We're seeing what's happening around the world, and we're seeing the money shift. In the next couple of weeks, if you haven't got into crypto, you probably will have missed out. And specifically, if you're not into tokens that are actually changing the payment sector, which includes RealFi, the Real token, which includes XRP, and these are the tokens that we got to keep an eye on, because these are the guys that are really facilitating all of the money. You want to be looking at what the hedge funds are looking at, and right now they're looking at XRP and probably the Real token as well because it just launched. But the bigger picture here is the United States of America and their central banks are already looking at XRP. So, Ledger, what are they being the Real token? Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but tell them to at least do the research on this because this is where all the money's made, and you should as well do your research on this because, again, when we talk about bullish momentum, it's now or never. So, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. time. And if you want to get yourself free XRP, you can use my upload link down below in the description, because if you do sign up using my link in the description and you do a transaction, you're going to get up to $100 worth of free money. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time, and peace.